Hey, what's going on, guys? I know it's been a bit since we actually hit some raid content on this channel, so woke up this morning and I thought, you know what sounds really good? Some Saturday morning EverQuest gaming. We're gonna hit some Luckland lockouts. We might hit some Planes of Power stuff. Excuse me, I'm still waking up. Some Planes of Power content. Yeah, so Luckland, Planes of Power, we might hit some Gates of Discord stuff, so today might end up being a little bit longer of a video, hopefully. If things go good and I don't get like frustrated or anything like that, we're just going to stick with this for a little bit and get some extra content in. I'm waiting for some boys to log in so we can hit some Destiny 2 raids. So in the meantime, I figured, like I said, it's been a bit, so let's hit some raids. We are on the EverQuest live server, Firiona V. I am on my level 120 rogue. We have about 41,000 or so AAs. Just for those who are curious, the Firiona V server is a free trade, 100% experience boosted server. And yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of bonuses to it. It's definitely one of the most populated, if not the most populated server in the game right now as far as EverQuest live servers are concerned. I think the only comparison to it might be Bristlebane or the TLPs like Mischief, Thornblade. Those are probably still pretty up there, if not equal or greater in population. But yeah, Firiona V is where I really enjoy spending my time, just because we can get some good content from it. We can do some really cool raids. Everything is free trade, so any of the stuff that I get from these fights I can end up using on alts. I wanted to hit some Luckland content so I can try to get some really cool weapons and gear for my my warrior that you guys have been seeing me go through Kunar content. If you've been watching those videos, I appreciate it. Those seem to be quite a bit more popular than I expected. So I mean, yeah, that has been a really good time. I'm planning on probably getting some extra content in with him over the next week. Put some more videos out, get him leveled up. We're here pretty soon. We're going to get to the point where we're actually going to get to the point where we're going to definitely have to have our mercenary there leveling with us. So anyways, yeah, this has been a really good time. So good, we're going to basement. That's where we want to go right now. I'm probably not going to hit all of the bosses here, just because a good majority of the bosses here don't really drop anything that's worthwhile for my warrior. And if they do drop gear that's worthwhile, that's all like locked behind level requirements. So not a huge fan of that. It's always interesting getting in and out of I must have changed my windows or something recently. It's always interesting getting in and out of the EverQuest habit, because I get so used to playing other games. Like, I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight, not a lot, but a bit of like Final Fantasy 14, a decent chunk of another game I've been playing recently that I want to get on recording is Godfall. It's like an action RPG, like hack and slash dodge game. Really fun game. I played it on PlayStation 5 when it first dropped, and there's been a whole lot of like updates and expansions and stuff to it, so that's a pretty fun game. But you guys know me, like every single time I hop away from EverQuest, I always end up coming right back to it at some point, even if it's like after a week or 2 weeks or something like that. Let's get our combat moved over here. Melee. I don't know why all of that was moved over. I did some changes recently trying to get my my whole screen set up like it was on Mischief, but I must have messed with something, because all of my chat boxes are messed up as far as what's going where. Anywho's, yeah, but you guys know me. Anytime I ever quit EverQuest, I always come back, you know, pretty quick. Come back in a jiffy, whether it's a month or two or anything like that. I'm always coming back. This is the most consistently that I've played EverQuest in, you know, 2 decades. I've been at this pretty consistently for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years now. I didn't really start the channel until October of last year, when I was like, you know what, we have Agents of Change in, so now we can hit the raids whenever we want to. Let's record this. Let's see if there's anybody else out there like me that would really enjoy just sitting back and watching this content. And surprisingly, there's a lot of you. I mean, in just going on, you know, 10 months now, I've gone from no subscribers up to almost 1,100. It has been kind of flabbergasting, to say the least. Let's get you over here. But yeah, it's been a really good time, so every time I get away from EverQuest, I'm like, you know what, I need to go back to EverQuest, because that's what I started my channel on, and that's like the good majority of people who enjoy stuff, and I don't like letting people down. But, you know, it's not like, oh god, I've got to play this game because people want to see it. It's like, you know, I really enjoy this game still, so for the sake of commitment, you know, let's commit to this. Let's keep the EverQuest content going, and we'll have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Boom, there we go. He is awake. Let's hop on over here. Our good old glyph-covered serpent buddy. For those of you who don't know, this used to be like one of my most sought-after fights back in the day, just because of the chest piece and the weapons that these guys drop. They are... Ooh. Anyways, yeah, one of the most sought-after fights. Hey, don't dispel me. One of my most sought-after fights back in the day because of the equipment and the weapons that these guys would drop. I used to want the stuff so bad. I remember me and my brother used to get like a little bit of birthday money whenever we, you know, got a birthday, and one of the things that I always wanted to do was to spend my fucking birthday money on buying equipment from player auctions back in the day. Who would have guessed it? Let's see, we got a corrupted skull earring. Hammer of the Sun, really good cleric weapon. Leave that up there so you guys can see that. Tainted Scale belt. That's really not that good, but another good ring. Band of Disrupted Auras. Oh, nice. Oh, this is such a good twink item. One of the best twink items you can get, actually, because look at that mana regeneration. And it's got no level requirement, 100 mana, 15 intelligence, 15 charisma. It's a really good enchanter weapon if you ask me. Rancorous Skull of Saldrez. I'm sure I'm just completely butchered that, but hey, look at this. Another no level requirement one-hand blunt weapon. It's got the classic necromancer look of a two-hander, like a giant staff, but it's a one-hand blunt. No level requirement, 100 HP, 100 mana, 25 AC, damage 21, delay 21, disease damage 2, and intellect 15. That's a phenomenal weapon. considering that a paladin can use that is kind of crazy. I know why they did, because they always shared weapons back in the day. But, ooh. Fangs of Ssra. Another really good monk weapon, but it's got a required level on it. But damn, 17, 19, that HP and mana, super good. Oh, and this is what I was talking about. This is something I remember paying like $200 for. I'm talking like circa like 2002, 2001, 2002, because Luckland had just dropped and me and my brother were just barely playing the game, and me and my brother shared a rogue, and I remember spending $200 to get like this item and one other item for my rogue. My parents could not believe it that I would spend that much money on this, like on a piece of digital fucking pixels. My mom was like, okay, whatever you want. And I just remember my dad was pissed. He was like, are you serious now? Is this the world that we're living in? Little did he know that I was going to be making money from this game. Like, I used to make a lot of money from this game back in the day. From camping and selling items and stuff like that. I used to make a decent chunk of money. Like, a lot of money for a teenager is like $100 a week. And I could easily gross $100 a week. Like making and selling items and selling platinum and stuff like that. I made really good money. So it's funny to think about explaining that to a boomer. I'm like, Dad, you don't understand. I'm making money. And I remember showing him that I was making money and that people were paying me. And the moment that he saw that I was making money, he stopped caring. He was literally like, whatever. I thought you were dumb for spending money, but people are actually paying you for this stuff. Go for it. Of course, I didn't do that for a super long time because that was, I ended up getting into raiding and stuff like that, and then just, kind of fell out of the habit of the farming. And then probably like 2007 or probably 2006, 2007, the time that I was a senior in high school, I got more interested in, let's just say, people than video games. And, here we are today, reliving the dream. Nice. He's always holding that super cool sword. I hope he actually drops the acrylic broadsword blade. I really want that. Bing, bang, boom. Come on. Attacketh me, idiot. If I remember correctly, I think we have to be basically like on top of him for him to attack us. Otherwise, I end up having to kill the enemies and ads numerous times. Okay, what did we get here? Probably the one-hand... Oh, of course, the one-hand blunt. Mace of Confusion. One of the best twink items in the game for low-level casters. We got the earring piece, which I already have one of. That's okay. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to this. He dropped this Nork Niven's Small Book of Logic. Another pretty decent twink item, but this has a level requirement on it. But 4 mana regeneration? Nice. Oh, he dropped 2 of those. How did I miss that? Well, one of them gets to rot. Oh, before we actually fight this guy, I forgot I have this extra weapon down here somewhere. Or did I give it away? I hope I didn't give it away. Fuck. I had a Ssra Bane damage weapon. My bags are such a mess. I must have given that Ssra Bane damage weapon away. How unfortunate. Damn. Oh well. It just makes the fight go a little bit faster sometimes if I use that, since it's actually Bane damage Ssra, and I can actually hit him with it, as opposed to just having to kill him with my spells. He'll still die easily, but... don't know why I would have taken that off of my character. Come on, buddy. Attack me. Come at me, bro. He looks so cool, though. There we go. Oh, he's not holding the swords. No! Resisting all my poisons. See, he's going down fast enough. I need to redo my buttons again. I could have sworn I did that last time I was on. Maybe it just didn't save. I had my buttons set up all cool where if I pressed one it activated multiple. I'm gonna have to get that reset. Oh, nice. Nice. Very, very nice. I'm so happy he dropped that. Oh. And speaking of rare, he also dropped the white ornate chain brittle, which is for the mount. So we got a very fast mount. We got a really good ring for our warrior. Guys, this is like the best case scenario for us. Between the weapon that he just dropped, that's going to be crazy good at level 60. That is awesome. That is the absolute best case scenario that we could have just had. Where? Yeah, my stuff definitely reset whenever I logged out last time. Because I had all this stuff fixed up. Damn it. Oh well, I'm just gonna have to redo that. Yeah, anyways, that was the absolute best case scenario that we could have had here. That is awesome. Let's get our heal here. Cure. Remove greater curse. But yeah, that was, I know I keep saying it, but that is 100% the best case scenario that we could have had. With that drop, we got the sword that we wanted. We got a really badass ring. We got the super rare mount. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's put these buffs back on. so that is it for the Twilight Sea. Now it's Dawn Shroud time. Do we want to kill Seru first, or Vex Thal, I wonder? Let's go to Vex Thal first. I almost always end up chickening out and forgetting to do Vex Thal, and it is such a good place to go. Yes, I know I'm not subscribed on these characters. Because, hey, the good news is for the Agents of Change stuff, you don't have to be subscribed on those other characters. The only character that you need to be subscribed to the game on is the one who is activating and entering the instanced. Ooh, there's some corpses. Plink Plonk, Raxlos, Rackphonies. Well, somebody's got some interesting names. 52 Druid, 52 Necromancer. Got some kiters out here. This always feels so fulfilling, I should say. Getting to go through and hit these old raids and actually getting the loot that we want. Because, I mean, since we can only hit most of this stuff like once every 6 or 7 days at best, all of last year when I was farming... Holy shit, was that last year? Yeah, all of last year since like September, since I've been farming this stuff. There for a while, I hit Emperor Ssra like every week for probably 6 or 7 months straight. And he only dropped one of those swords before. Only dropped the mount 2 or 3 times. So if we think about that, I mean, that's like... That's over the period of at least like 30 times. It's a pretty low drop rate. And I'm sure it's actually much smaller than that. The only difference is doing this solo, I don't have to split that chance with other people. It's not like it's difficult to solo at level 120, but the problem is having 6 accounts going at the same time to activate it. Because not many people, I say not that many people, not a lot of people would be willing to have 6 accounts going at the same time. Just so they can activate an instance for an old raid. But your boy here is a special kind of spurg. No, I just really love EverQuest, and I have a problem. It's not a problem if you don't admit it's a problem. You know, I don't think I've ever actually seen it rain in the Umbral Plains before. Let's get rid of our handy-dandy illusion here. Oh, yeah. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see if Rumble crushes up just in case. You never know. Nope. Shouldn't even bother to check. That goes to show how much these outside enemies are still camped to this day. Like, you can literally go out of your way to make your own instance in this game, and you'll still find that these enemies are camped all the time. Alright, this one we definitely need our lockpick out for. Just the ambient sounds of these zones just shivers. Every time I hear them, even to this day, after all the times that I've done this, it's such a nostalgic kick. Because I don't know if anybody else ever used to do this, but back in the day before I was able to actually hit these raids, a lot of the times what I would do is I would go into the EverQuest files and I would grab like the MP3s of the raid zones and the MP3 files, all the sound effects, and I would just listen to them so I could actually like hear what the zones would sound like. And like I used to do that with Planes of Power music a lot. I had that stuff like cycling all the time when I was soloing. I'd be sitting there camping as my like level 55 druid in Plane of Nightmare. I would charm the birds, and I would just be sitting there soloing with my charmed bird in Plane of Nightmare with the Planes of Power music just cycling over and over and over again. Some really, really good times. I remember spending like an entire summer to take my druid from 58 to 60. He died quick. Nice. Okay, we're gonna have some fantastic level 60 gear for our warrior, I think. Nice, like this. Holy crap. These arm pieces, so good. Because what I really want to do is I want to get my warrior to 60. And have him fully decked out in like Kunark and Lucklin and Valius gear. I want to get him like completely geared out in this stuff, have like all the really cool clickies, and just see how much fun he is to play. I mean, of course, I'm still going to be at a great disadvantage because the Defiant gear, I think around that level starts to get pretty good as well. Because those who don't know, the Defiant gear was introduced during one of the later expansions to help catch people up to level 85 content. So you could either make a heroic level 85 character, or you could use the Defiant gear to basically surpass any of the current content gear. Like, it just completely invalidates all of the old school expansions for the sake of getting you caught up to the later stuff. I hate the Defiant gear. I hate it. It actually triggers me to a point of like rage, the Defiant gear. And I used to not be like that. I used to love the Defiant gear because whenever I would come back, I was always like, yeah, I can catch up and I have all this cool gear. But now that I can actually do this raid content and kill these enemies, it just really pisses me off. Like the level of invalidation that the Defiant gear brings to this old stuff. Because it invalidates what I think is some of EverQuest's best content. And of course, I mean, ooh, that's going to be nice for the warrior. The reason it pisses me off is because, damn, another really good twink item. Look at these gauntlets too. Silver skin. Got some really cool clickies for our warrior. But just the fact that it invalidates this, like some of EverQuest's best content, is what pisses me off about it. Which I shouldn't be like that, because now I feel like I sound like a boomer, and I'm like, back in my day, this content was the best. And I don't mean to sound like that. But the Defiant gear, there's no reason that it should exist at this point. I just really, really wish that they would remove the Defiant gear and give players a clear-cut path through the old school content so they can actually experience it and get this new, like, get these old items and actually utilize it. I think it would be really cool if they added like a quest system that actually brought new players through these old areas, and they turned this into like a mercenary soloable, like a moloable content, so you can get these really cool items and you can still relive the experience, or some version of the experience. Speaking of rings, holy crap. Look at that stamina, 35. And this is not lore, and we got 2. That with our Ssra ring that we got earlier, and we got a really good headpiece. You guys, I think a warrior is going to be pretty well equipped. But I just like, imagine how cool it would be to going through this zone at level 60. And getting these items that would be super useful to actually use. And you'd have a good time doing it. Just remove like 95% of the enemies, make the bosses moloable, still have like their cool effects, like where they can silence you, or they can stun you, or they can throw you up in the air. I think that would be badass. You know, just dreams and stuff like that I'll joke about all the time. I get with EverQuest and its current situation. Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, I get EverQuest in its current situation. There is limited development and we're gonna go South Wing first, and its limited development period, and its limited development team, that a lot of stuff is just completely out of reach. But I think it would be really, really cool if they just had a really cool path system that made you experience this old content in a really epic quest from like 1 to 75. Bring you up to speed with like the Serpent Spine content, and I don't know, I just think that would be really cool. I know that there is a hero's journey quest that you can go through that's kind of similar to what I'm talking about here, to where it ends up getting you like an illusion Draken item. Nice. Okay, that's not, damn it. It's not for my warrior, but we're still gonna take it. Oh, nice. One of the old school sought after clickies. Resistance to magic clicky. Really good cloak with riposte bonus on it. Decent earring. And another set of arms. We've got some choices for our warrior. Anyways, what I was saying is, I know there's a hero's journey quest that you can literally take your character through that will... Oh. The hero's journey quest will end up getting you like an illusion Draken cloak that ends up giving you a clicky that it will change you to any one of the random races of the Drakens. So you can be like green, gray, black, blue, etc., which is a really cool item. But it'd just be really cool if they gave you another form of like an epic item, like an epic clicky class item or something like that you can use that gives you, you know, 100% cooldown time or something like that on one of your special abilities. I think it would be a really cool way for them to reintroduce epics and also give you a clear-cut quest line from like 1 to 75 that's really badass. You revisit Vishan's Peak, you revisit Temple of Vishan, you revisit Vex Thal, you revisit you know, Keldra Hall. You revisit all of these old school places, Planes of Power, Plane of Time. Everything that's been like integral from 1 to 75, and then gives you like this fantastic, phenomenal, like beast level class epic quest item that has like a fantastic clicky on it or something. I just think it would be really cool to reintroduce all these old school zones, make them all soloable or moloable, but still give them like a cool challenge. So if you want to go through it with a group of friends, it'll make it easier. Or if you just want to box and go through it, then it just make it that much easier. But you know what I mean. It would be a great way to reintroduce some of the best times and areas in EverQuest, in addition to giving you a reason to do so instead of just saying, well, I want to go through and do it. Damn, some more earrings. And a necklace. Mana regeneration 5. Jeez. We got some really good caster items. Might have to take a caster through this stuff at some point. Anyways, I know that was a little bit of a ramble, and I, basically probably couldn't keep up just because I keep getting interrupted and going back and forth, but what I want is a quest line that takes you from 1 to 75, makes you revisit some of the old school best zones, such as like Vex Thal. You can molo it, or solo it, or with a group of friends, and then at the end, once you hit to like 75, you can you get like a fantastic new epic item that gives you a crazy good boost to stats, a crazy insane boost to some of your abilities. Instead of having Defiant gear, that's what you get. You can use all the equipment and stuff like that you get from all these old school zones. Like each boss drops like 10 items, so you can fully deck out like a group full of people. Give it like mischief level loot and randomness, but give it a gives you a reason to do it, and you get like a badass item at level 75. How cool would that be? Because I'm sure it wouldn't be too difficult to tune down these zones. Like, literally remove 95% of the trash. Crown of Ambivalence. Another good caster item. Oh, nice! Oh, never mind. I thought it was a different wand. Damn, I thought it was the wand of imperceptibility. Oh, that's right. I forgot that's from a different Luckland boss. Crap. Another good set of arms. I forgot the wand drops from like the a different Luckland fight. I can't remember the name. I'm not going to stress about that. Shield of Energy, another really good caster item with, for some reason, 20 stamina and agility on it. Shoulder pads for our warrior. You guys, our warrior is going to be pretty well decked out at level 60. I don't think we're going to have any problem. Alright. Let's kill Atenha-Ra. Always got to get us a cool little screenshot. This game just, I don't know, this game brings out the best in me when I think about like all the things that they could do with it. Just hurry up and hire me, Daybreak. If you want to hire me, I'll hire me Darkpaw, and then I'll give you all the ideas. I know some people would hate it, but some people would also, I feel like, would absolutely love it. Soul Essence for the neck piece, which we definitely want. It's for casters, not a big deal. And another caster item. Okay, so we definitely could have gotten some better items from this zone, but we still got some pretty good stuff. we still got some very decent stuff. Let's go kill the final boss. Not the final boss. He's technically the final boss that I have left, but not the final boss of the zone. He's the guy that can drop the Ssra blade that I was talking about with bane damage on it. It's not the fabled version that would do me really good, but it's still enough that it would be, could be decent. I think he can drop a few different things here, but just in case if we can get something else for our warrior, it'll be worthwhile. But yeah, no, really, it would be so cool if we just had something like a really cool quest line that is, I almost want to say mandatory, from like 1 to 75, and you get like a badass epic item at the end. You can come through all these old school zones. Imagine, I think that there would be a lot of old school people that would be really happy to go through and do this content, you know, solo or molo. So they don't have to rely on others. They can still experience what I still say is the best content that EverQuest has to offer. And then boom, suddenly they're up to level 75. There's no need for the Defiant gear or anything like that. They've probably picked up some really badass cool items. They've seen loot, you know, just rain from the sky like you're playing Diablo. And because that's what, you know, that's what I think that most people enjoy about EverQuest. It's not just the social aspect whenever it is really popular, but also the loot. Like, does anybody else remember like how badass it was to do a raid and see like the gear that you want drop and have a chance at it? I think the loot would be, it would make it so fun to do. Just make it rain like mischief loot, so there's twice the loot that drops. Maybe some randomization to it, so one boss isn't the only one that can drop certain items. Then you get like a fantastically insane, like class-specific item at the end. Like plus 100% to all stats, some shit like that that would just be bonkers. You'd have to be like crazy to actually skip the item, to skip the process. And make it like usable all the way up until current endgame. Don't just remove the viability from it at the towards the end. Okay, really good bow for us. Horn of Shadows, okay, for bards, Mask of Resilience. That will be good for my warrior. I'll consider that a win. I'm glad I came through and did this guy. Okay, let's skedaddle on out of here. Then we're gonna go turn that gem in for our necklace. And then we're on to Seru. This should teleport us back out to Umbral Plains. This has been a really good, successful run. I mean, hell, we've gotten some really good items. These old environments always make me wonder what this place used to look like. And the lore, like what this place would have looked like. Just EverQuest deep thoughts. Not even really that deep, but just, they did such a good job of displaying like a decimated environment in some of these old school zones. Oh, they're all howling. Wait, what? Oh, already have the talisman somewhere. Where is it? Oh. I already have one sitting in my bag, that's why. Okay, so whatever, but this is the necklace that you get for turning in that item for Matt and Hot Raw. And it's level 55 requirement. The attack, HP, and mana regeneration is just pretty much bonkers on it, so that's going to be crazy good. That's going to be really, really good for our warriors, so... Ow. Okay, so let's get rid of our illusion here. Summon our horsey. And we are making our way to... You know what? I kind of want to just... No. We'll make the run for it. We'll take the scenic route, I think. Oh, hello, mister. Not walking without moving your feet. Definitely just EverQuest things. Very rarely do I ever actually make this run back. As a matter of fact, it's been quite some time since I actually make this run back. Normally I just teleport back and have my druid port me on over to Dawn Shroud, but we'll just take the scenic route. We know this is going to be a longer video today, so why not? We might actually end up breaking this up into a couple of different videos, depending on the length, because hour-and-a-half long videos, you know, outputting to, you know, 1440p with like 20,000 kilobits per second, it takes quite a while, and we're talking like a 3-hour process. Let's see if I've got any response from the boys yet on our raid. Nope, not yet. But yeah, we've got some content that I want to hit today. Want to get our warrior as much gear as possible. Nice. It's looking like I got like 3 hours until then, so that is plenty of time to slap around some gods as well. Get us some Planes of Power gear, ooh, and some Gates of Discord gear. Although I think... Decisions. Because I kind of want to keep my warrior at 60 for a while, so the Planes of Power and Gates of Discord stuff wouldn't really be super relevant right now. That's talking like 3 or 4 months down the road. Because I want to get my warrior to 60 and then just have like the best Kunark, Thalius, and Lucklin gear possible. I want to utilize that gear, because every time I turn around I always forget. I don't think about the idea of going from 60 to 65, how it completely makes any Lucklin gear irrelevant aside from some clickies. And I actually want to utilize this gear. I want to see like how good of a warrior I can have with just like Lucklin gear. Oh, good. We already dropped out of that. There we go. Alright, let's use our handy dandy key. I'm going to say it a million times, but thank you again to the guy that donated this key to me so I could get in here. Because I didn't start fighting Seru until January or February of this year. Because I never bothered to go through the quest process to get this key. Alright, so here we go, here we go. Pretty sure over, okay. No, over here. Thank God for maps, because I am way too dumb for this shit otherwise. Hidden door. Portal to map. And I think I've said this before, but I can't imagine what it was like figuring this shit out at first. I can't imagine what it was like figuring this shit out at first. No, up and above. There we go. That was loud. As always, we gotta get ourselves a cool little selfie here. Because why not? Hey, I've got your weapon. Let's kill him. Oh, he's dropping fat. Oh, that's right. Because this guy isn't immune to my poisons like the snake boy is. He actually gets to take the full brunt force of it all. Oh my god, he dropped the mount as well. Nice. So we got the white and the black chain horse today. Sword of Truth. Caster. Face, and yep, Sword of Truth. Look at that. The fact that they actually made the Sword of Truth equipable when it's fabled, I think is really badass. We got some really cool stuff this run through, guys. Alright folks, well that is going to do it for this one. We're going to hit some more content, but we're going to break it up into a separate video. You know, you guys might actually might get a couple of EverQuest videos this week. And then we're also going to work on leveling up the warrior a little bit, so we've got our work cut out for us. Anyways guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.